there's a quote or a scripture, something from the Bible and making it plain. Write the vision and make it plain.
Write the vision, make it plain. Yeah.
All right. So I went to Catholic school for 12 years straight, and I have no unique knowledge of the Bible. It's terrible. It really is. You know what I'm saying?
No,
They didn't waste
it's
their
all
money,
good.
but I just never. So I noticed that with that feverish pace, you wrote the vision, you made it plain. Soon after that, not too soon after that, but shortly after you were kind of wrapping up season one, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
the hosting job that you have now. And what's the name of that again?
Next Live, Battle for Stardom.
Tell people, where they can follow you with that. Tell people how they can follow that journey.
Yeah, definitely. Another that came about from my hosting open mic. I used to host an open mic at the Cryout Cave in Newark, and the DJ, we call it the Cave Nights, and the DJ from that, his name is DJ Skelly, another awesome DJ. He hit me up and he was like, "Yo, Strick, I got an opportunity for you. It's this show. It's like you said, like an American Idol. It's a talent competition show." And they need a host, so I'm going to refer you. And I was like, all right, cool. So, I talked to the producer, shout out to TP, and he hired me, to host the show. So what it is, it's a battle for, up and coming unsigned artists, rappers, singers from all different types of genres. They're competing for $50,000, a national tour
Sign
next
me up.
year, and and the title of World's Next Superstar. And the show is going to be live streamed. We have live performances. We have virtual performances. If you can't come to where we have the show in Brooklyn, shout out to $3 Bill. That's the spot where we have the show. You can watch, via live stream, and it's going to be streamed on Roku TV, Apple TV. I think it's Android TV. It's going to be streamed. But yeah, if you want more information, log on to tp-enterprise.com, and you can also follow TP Live Shows on Instagram. We have judges from Allure, from the 90s R&B recording group.
Okay. Wow.
Allure, we have
Okay.
Akisa Mendez. We have another talented singer writer from Jersey named Jesse Idle, and Shadi Shad, who is 95 North Entertainment A&R and Talent Scout. So yeah, man, it's fun, man. So make sure you follow my page, follow TP Live Shows for all the information. If you are a singer or rapper and you have talent and you have original music, that's important. Being judged on your original music, sign up and enter shot to win $50,000.
Sign me up, man. I got a few bars.
All right,
I got a few
cool.
bars. I can carry a melody for about 3 seconds. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
But you mentioned Roku TV, so I just want to shout out Hall Mills Network.
Halls Mills.
Halls Mills Network. They're doing some amazing things. Shout out, I think it's the H Raw family. They're doing some amazing things. You know, as I'm speaking about the brother, shout out to the director Jay Hall. I just shouted you out, bro. Halls Mills
Just
Network.
did it. There we go.
I just shouted you out. Yeah, so somebody was calling me who knows she shouldn't be calling me. You know what I mean? Right now. But anyway, I just shouted you out, bro. And he apparently giving you your flowers. Shout out to Les, Forceful Purpose in the building.
What's up, Les?
But he a great acting coach too. I need lessons.
Thank you.
Matter of fact,
you.
Hall put me on a big screen. We already talked about that story. But so we were talking about hosting, strictly speaking. We were talking about hosting, your new show.
Next Live,
Next Live. So which one do you prefer? Sitting down, Denzel.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Ask your next question.
But which one do you prefer? You prefer, the more intimate setting, or do you prefer, the audience engaging guest judges, engaging the contestants, like hosting wise? Which one do you prefer?
I don't know, man. It's just they're each a separate beast, and it's just I'm a chameleon, I guess. You know, whatever the energy is, I match the energy. You know, if the energy is just intimate, then we make it intimate, but we still have fun. I find a way to have fun, you know, with my guests and with my audience. So I really can't choose. I mean, well, being that strictly speaking is my own show, and you know I don't get paid for it, then you know that's one thing. But next live I get
Yeah.
paid for it, so right. So I'll say next live. No, you know,
Now,
gotta cut the
now
check.
say,
You
now
know,
say, now say, say why you prefer Next Live one more time. Because
because
they
I get
what?
paid. Because I get paid.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Big up for getting
yes,
paid. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Sound the
yes.
alarm for getting paid. Sound the
That's
alarm for getting
right.
paid. So
That's right.
we go transition. So now you went from Steve Strickland to Denzel Washington like that. And I got questions on here about method acting. So there's a clip that you sent me for your when you go to your website, you have a promo reel.
My real,
And I think the first clip you talking to somebody about you wasn't there for her.
Oh
How does
yeah,
it
that's.
feel? And I was just like, damn, I believe it. Like
Uh,
I believe that whoever your character was, you were that guy.
oh, thank you, man.
Is method acting like a thing for you? Like, do you really get immersed into the characters?
I try to. I try
Mm,
to, man. It's you know, it depends on the character. Sometimes a character, like even when I'm coaching, you know, you're supposed to be that character. That you know, you're taught to totally uh, get rid of yourself and become that character. But
mm,
the fact that that character is human and you're human, there's a connection there. So you
mm,
try to find that connection so that you're connected to the character, and um, yeah, so with the different roles, I try to find the connection that I have to the character, whether it's an actual connection between myself and the character or something I've experienced with someone else who might have been that type of character, or I've been around that type of character.
yeah.
And there's there's different methods. You know, whatever. Who said it? Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. He said, "You told me using any technique that works. Never limit myself to one style."
Okay.
So I use whatever works for that moment and for that character. Yeah, man.
So, and for those of you who are tuning in, this is Tuned In with the TKB Report. I'm your host, Mr. Three Keys, aka K. Langevine. My guest is Stephen Strickland. You can follow him at Strickland Media Group and at I am Steve Strickland. Make sure you follow at the TKB Report and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the TKB Report. And make sure for those who are here on my behalf, make sure you follow I am Steve Strickland and follow his career and Strickland Media Group.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
have you ever taken on a role where you felt that you've gotten in too deep and it took you a while once the role was over? It took you a while to get back to yourself?
Not yet. And
Okay.
those are the roles that I'm looking for. Those are An actor wants to be challenged. In my opinion, actors, we like to be challenged. You know, we want to get into those roles where it's like, whoo, okay. And then you come out of it. It might take you a while to get out of it, but you'll have that experience of going into that darkness or whatever that is. You know, I haven't yet. I mean, I got into a character that was, that was kind of deep, but
Mm,
it wasn't that hard to come out of it because that's not my experience. The character he was a gay character, and it was this play that I did called Am I Blue? And the character was a father who was gay and uh, broke up with his boyfriend. And the day he broke up with his boyfriend, he met his wife to be. So they had a child who is, at the time of the play, he's 16 years old, and he's struggling with his sexuality. So there's a moment where the father has to tell his story, has to come clean and tell his story. And that scene, it's not really a monologue, but that scene
Mm.
is a deep scene, you know, and to, you know, and the connection is the fact that there was a relationship that went bad, you know,
Okay.
so a lot of us can make that connection, you know. So, you know, I had to dig into that, a relationship, you know, that went bad and, you know, bring about that, you know, that emotion. And, you know, when you have those moments where everything is clicking on all cylinders and you can really tap in to the emotions that you didn't know were going to happen, you know, like I've been in plays where the director said, okay, right here, I want you to cry. And it's like, what? I mean,
On the
if you,
dime.
right. If you, I mean, it's like some people can do that, you know, I don't want to say publicly that I can do that because then people will be like, Steve, cry. But
Right now.
I'm no, but but you know, directors will say, I want you crying right here, as opposed to, all right, this is what's going on. These are the emotions that you're dealing with, you know, and whatever happens, happens. You know, that way it gives you the room to, if you're going to cry, then that'll come out. But to say, I
Yeah.
want you to cry right here, and then you don't cry in rehearsal, it's like, no, but I need you to cry. I need you to, then the actors bottle up. You
Yeah.
got to you got to be able to talk to the actors to get what you want out of them without one acting it out for them and just being able to talk and give them the freedom to do what you hired them. Hired is a key word. Yeah, I'm all about being hired.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith. I saw you earlier, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in right now. I see you, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in. Um, yeah, man. So I'm looking for that role or those roles because I just don't want to say one. You know, we want that role that's like, whoo, you know, like Jamie, what he did with Ray. You know, it's like, whoo, what Will
Like,
did with Muhammad Ali, what Denzel did with Training Day, what Denzel did with Malcolm X, and what Robin Williams, who was a great dramatic, rest in peace, was a great dramatic actor. You know, he's known for making people laugh, Mork and Mindy, all that stuff. But then when he did the drama, it was like, ooh, okay. So
and,
you want those roles that'll challenge you.
and the reason why I asked that is because um, the recent film that came up, The Black Messiah, Lakeith Stanfield said that during the filming of that,
Mm.
he had a really difficult time while they were filming and after production was done.
Mm.
They said he had to go through counseling and movies like Precious,
Mm.
where Monique had to become like the devil. Like, and I was saying to myself, for actors, you know, how difficult is it to come out of that character? So now my next question to you is, what character, what actor did you ever witness in the film? And you said to yourself, yo, like, you know, how difficult was it for them to transition back?
You mentioned Monique and Precious. That was an awesome performance. Um, I don't know. I've never really thought about until people started talking about it. I never really thought about going in so deep that it's hard for you to into a character that is hard for you to you know come out of. Man, it's kind of hard to think of one right now. Other than, but I'll just use Precious that since you brought it up. You know, because we're used to seeing Monique be so jovial and so you know make you laugh, and then to just be degrading her child is just like, whoa, that's crazy, you know. So, but there is, I've heard an actor, I forget who it was, that talks about that darkness, that dark place that we have to not be afraid to go to, you know. Our job well, people, audiences can't differentiate, or is it differentiate us from the character? You know, if you do your job so good that they hate you and they see you in
Mm.
person, like, ooh, you make me sick. I hate you. Like
Yeah,
that's just a character.
yeah.
That's not me. It's not me. That's like that's
I mean, you
like
did your job. Yeah,
right. That's like in the beginning when I talked about looking for love in all the wrong places, and I had to play Ray Ray, you know, who, like I said, was flamboyantly gay, right? Flamboyant homosexual, and right after the play, because the whole time I was like, yes, and all that stuff, right? Right after the play, I was the first person at the door making sure that I greeted the ladies like this. Hey, how you doing? You had a good time? You enjoyed the
Yo, it
show?
was good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah. No, that wasn't me. That was a character. That's Ray Ray. I'm
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah,
Nice to meet you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So so I wanted to make sure real quick fast, that I wasn't, pegged, as that guy. And do not get me wrong, I'm in no way homophobic. I'm an actor, so I'm surrounded by the community. I have family members that are in the community, so so when I'm talking about these things, I don't want anybody to get offended, like, oh my God, Steven is against gay, blah, blah. It's not even like that. Well, Max said Denzel in Training Day. Yes and no, because I think there's some Denzel that was in Alonzo. It's just that we had never seen him do that before. So I really don't think it was hard to go. I don't think it was that hard for him to come out of that. In my
yeah,
opinion, I don't think I've ever heard him
yeah.
talk about that, but I don't think for him it was that hard. But then again, I don't know what his process is.